I, as you know, I've been predicting for, 2 years now? I don't know that we were first. You never want to claim to be first, but we were one of the first telling you Joe Biden's not going to be the nominee. This is not. The system's going to get rid of him because he's too much of a liability. I've been telling you that. You watch this show for any length of time, you know I've been telling you that for 2 years. Everyone's saying it now. We've been on this for a long, long, long time. And now, I've got to be honest, I may turn out to be wrong. That prediction may turn out to be wrong, but it's closer than ever before. And I'll tell you why. There's a main reason why, because my wife and I actually disagree on this. She and I were arguing back and forth on it. She thinks they're going to keep him. They're never going to get rid of him. I said, no, baby, they're going to get rid of him. And she asked me, this was yesterday, she said, why would you think that? Why did you think that? Well, here's the thing. It's easy in whatever walk of life you're in, whether it's business world or sports or politics or whatever, it's easier to convince yourself to keep going, forge ahead when you have people with you, supporting you. Go, you can do it. And when those people stay with you, it inspires you. You know, we are human beings who are inspired by the presence and encouragement of other human beings. It's why in the Marine Corps, when you're digging a fighting hole, you don't dig it for one person. You don't dig it for yourself. You dig it for two. Why? It's psychological. You need someone with you. As long as someone's with me, I can fight on. The reason I think we're closer now than ever to Joe Biden leaving is because Joe Biden is running out of friends. All the people in the media who have been lying for him intentionally, they all knew his condition. They've been lying for him. They've been covering up his condition. They've been covering things up. They've been telling you he's great. Well, they're now changing their tune, meaning Joe Biden's looking to his right and his left in his fighting hole, and he's all alone.
You know, one of the things was, would either candidate look like the caricature that the other campaign has been trying to paint of him? And at the end of the day, Joe Biden looks like the caricature that conservative media has been painting. And there were no clips tonight, right? This was, you saw it before your eyes.
This has been, quite frankly, a car accident in slow motion that we've seen over and building and questioning it. And, you know, as has been pointed out, Joe Biden sought this debate at this remarkably early time because he knew he was losing and he needed to change the narrative. Yeah. And he did change the narrative. He sunk his campaign tonight.
My phone really never stopped buzzing throughout. And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching panic. The people who were texting with me were very concerned about President Biden seeming extremely feeble, seeming extremely weak.
There is widespread panic among Democrats. I got a number of text messages this evening, Democrats reaching out to say this is difficult to watch. Where does this go from here? One Democratic lawmaker, Tom, going so far as to say this race is effectively over.
Those aren't just random media people. Those are four of the most low-life, Trump-hating, Biden-loving scumbags we have in the American media. Those four people have bent over backwards and forwards to do everything possible to get Joe Biden into power and keep Joe Biden into power. Those are his staunchest allies outside of his family, and they've abandoned him. Democrats have abandoned him. Jamie Raskin, you know who Jamie Raskin is? You'll know his face when I tell you the clip in a moment. Jamie Raskin is a horrid human being. But Jamie Raskin is the ultimate company man, the ultimate Democrat. There is no lie he won't tell. There's nothing he won't do in order to attack his enemies and reward his friends. Jamie Raskin never, ever, ever, ever strays from the company line, from the party line. This is Jamie Raskin now.
We're having a serious conversation about what to do. One thing I can tell you is that regardless of what President Biden decides, our party is going to be unified, and our party also needs him at the very center of our deliberations and our campaign. And so whether he's the candidate or someone else is the candidate, he is going to be the keynote speaker at our convention. He will be the figure that we rally around to move forward and beat the forces of authoritarianism and reaction in the country.
Oof. That's uncomfortable. Well, I mean, yeah, we're talking. I mean, he's got to go, but hey, he's going to be a keynote speaker. Brutal. Now, I should clarify something, though. Everybody hasn't run out on Joe Biden. You have the evil people who are part of Joe Biden's family, his wife, his children, brother, all these people. And I need to clarify before I play this little video of Jill. Remember this. We know this from years of reporting. Joe Biden's family has been what amounts to a political crime family for decades. For decades, this has been how their family set it up from this very early age. They set it up so Joe Biden would be the political figurehead, and the family members would orbit around Joe Biden and figure out ways to make money based on the access Joe Biden provided for them. So Joe is the one with the power. He's the one with the access. Everyone, brothers, wives, kids, everyone orbits around that and makes money. Joe Biden has been, for lack of a better way to put it, a piggy bank for all these people for a very long time. Think of a rapper. A professional rapper with an entourage. You ever see a video or a picture of a rapper and he's got 10 dirt balls around him and you're saying to yourself, what do those guys do? Well, they act like they're his friends and they leech all his money, but he's the only one with something to sell. So do keep in mind as we get report after report after report about the Bidens encouraging Joe Biden to stay in there, that the Bidens, they don't want to lose the hand that's been feeding them for a very long time. So if you're confused why the heartless witch Jill Biden is still up there giving speeches, well, Jill Biden knows where her bread's buttered.
What you saw last night on the debate stage was Joe Biden, a president with integrity and character, who told the truth. And Donald Trump told lie after lie after lie. Oh, you're good. You're so good.
First Lady, up there giving speeches like she's the politician. Her poor, half-dead, demented husband standing there behind her, lost as can be, and she's up there trying to rally the troops. Did you know she was just on the cover of Vanity Fair? You can put it on the screen if you have it, Mr. Producer. I want you to look at that picture. Leave it up there, please, if you wouldn't mind. I want you to look at that picture. In case you're wondering why. Because the rumor is that the Biden family is telling him to stay in. Everyone else is telling him to leave. Democrats, everybody, media, everyone. But the Biden family said, no, Dad, you got to stay. Joe, you got to stay. And you want to know why? I want you to look long and hard at that picture right there. That's why. Do you know how many covers of Vanity Fair Jill Biden would be on without her husband? 0. Do you know how many she can hope for in the future if old poopy pants Joe walks out the door? 0. Her only hope for fame and fortune is dragging her poor demented husband back to the polls again to embarrass himself in front of the planet. And what a gross place we are as a country.